Hello everyone, it's your lovely Abbie Dagrin, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be doing a video continuing my natal chart series, and today I'll be talking about Mariah Carey's natal chart. I'll be explaining her characteristic and personality traits through her natal chart, and how a lot of the placements have led to a lot of the success she's garnered over the years. So please stay tuned for the rest of my video, lovelies. If you have not yet become a part of the Abbie Dagrin family, then this is your calling to do so. Please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when I upload videos on the daily. Also hit that like button because I know you guys will love this video. Also, and lastly, please share this video with all your friends, your family, your enemies, or anyone who you know in general that will love this content or who loves Mariah Carey. And if you have not yet purchased Sky Beauty, then this is your calling to do so today. You can purchase the Rooibos body butter, body spray, and body soap. It's really great for your skin. It does not clog your skin. All of the ingredients are natural, and it goes well with all skin types. Lastly, it contains Rooibos, which is very great for your skin. So purchase Sky Beauty today for beautiful skin. Mariah Carey was born on March 27, 1969, and this qualifies her to be an Aries. So with this placement in the Sun section, she is a very charismatic person. She's straightforward, she's bold, and at times she can be impulsive and relentless in their pursuit. So she's a very charismatic person, and this is something great when you're in the entertainment industry. You're able to brand your charismaticness, and you're able to become a brand for the public, and that's how you sell your albums. And that's how she sold her albums, not only with her charismaticness but also her talent in singing. She's very straightforward and she's a bold person, and those are characteristics that represent her well. Next up is her moon in Cancer. Since she has this placement in a water sign, she tends to be very emotional. She's very sentimental. However, at times she can be very moody and have mood swings, and she can have an uncanny intuition. The moon is glorified in Cancer and in Taurus, so this is a great placement for her. And I remember how she would speak on her diagnosis of having a bipolar disorder after a lot of situations that have occurred in her life, and her having this placement makes it easier for her to have different mood swings. So by her having this placement and having the bipolar disorder, it can be difficult for her at times. However, I know she's resilient and she'll be able to make it. Next up is her Mercury in Pisces. With this placement, it focuses on the mood of a situation rather than the facts of a situation. So Mariah may be the type of person that will look at a situation just on the way she's feeling at the moment, and she'll act on it rather than the facts of what's going on. At times, she may have opinions that are very sensitive and that she tries her best not to hurt people's feelings. She is also able to have abstract thinking. She's also able to have artistic expression. And Mariah Carey, she's written the majority of her songs, so the fact that she has a Mercury in Pisces makes a lot of sense as to how she words her song and where her artistic side to her art comes from. Lastly, with this placement, she is able to navigate her life through music and through imagination as well. Next up is another placement in Aries, which is in her Venus planet. With this placement, she is very fiery, and she's a great match for anyone who can handle her heat, and they are the greatest lovers to their partners. She's also the type of person who is very bold, very independent, and she loves to go into entrepreneurship. She loves to talk about her accomplishments, and at times she can be childlike. She loves the chase and the initial conquest. She loves to have intense relationships, and at times she can fall fast in a relationship, and at times it won't end well for her. However, she really does represent Aries and Venus. Next up is another fire placement, and it's her Mars in Sagittarius. With this placement, she's all about having as many irons in the fire as she can be. She's a person who's very motivated and would love to accomplish all her goals. She has a visionary drive, and when she has a vision, she's going to make sure that she goes all the way into it. She's outspoken, and she's going to make sure that her points are being made. She loves to assert herself in situations in order for people to know her presence is there, and in order for her to know what's going on in a situation. She is very ambitious, and she's going to make sure that she accomplishes her goals, and she just has this fire inside of her that's going to make sure that regardless of what comes in her way, she's going to make sure she's successful. Next up is her Jupiter in Libra. By having this placement, she has the ability to listen to all sides of a situation, and she's going to make sure that she makes the best decision based off of listening to both sides. She's going to make sure that every side is being listened to, so when the decision is finally made, no one thinks that, oh, you're taking this person's side or you're taking the other person's side. However, she's going to be looking at the situation and seeing the middle ground. Because of this, she has great diplomatic skills, and she's able to make decisions, and people with this placement are usually the type of people who will be judges or be lawyers, and they'll be able to not only make laws in society, but are also able to make decisions because people trust their intuition. Next up is her Saturn in Aries, and she is the type of person that tends to be more rational and thoughtful, and this can be taken to their advantage because when she thinks rationally, then she's able to make decisions from a rational point of view, and at times she's a very thoughtful person, and because of her thoughtfulness, people will be able to see a good side of her, and this can be used to her advantage, and it has been used to her advantage, especially with all the success she's garnered. Another trait that goes along well with this placement is that she's very diligent, and she's going to make sure that anything that she puts her mind to and heart to, she's going to accomplish it full-fledged and greatly. And that's something that is great when you have this placement in Aries, which is in Saturn. Next up is her Uranus and Libra. This placement is constantly looking up new ways and new things to do things differently. They try their best to be unique in anything that they do. And this is actually something that represents Mariah Carey a lot because she puts out a lot of music, and she's been putting it out for a long time, but every time she puts out music, this time it's something new, or what she may do is remix a lot of her music. So she's always trying to come up with new ideas and look at things from a different way. She may make one song, but when she's in a concert, it may sound completely different, or she'll sing it a little differently. So she's the type of person that loves to come up with new things and new ideas. And this is something great, especially for her career, because doing new things keeps you trending and in the spotlight. Next up is her Neptune in Scorpio, and with this placement, it is one of the rare signs that find pleasure and inspiration from the darkest places. So she's the type of person that will find new ideas and inspiration from things that are very sad and things that are very dark, and other people wouldn't dare go into it. However, she's like, you know what, I'm gonna make a song, I'm gonna make a video about something that isn't popular and something that people wouldn't touch or look at. And because of this, she can use this to bring light on things that society would dare not touch or would dare not talk about. And she's also the type of person that would love to explore new things, idealize new things, and believe in things that probably aren't commonly believed in. Next up is her Pluto in Virgo. With this placement, it means that she was born between 1957 and 1972, so she is a part of Generation X. And with this placement, it's quite adept to helping others and offering the practical care necessary to improve anyone's status. So Mariah Carey is the type of person who would love to help anyone in her circle or in her family or anyone in general, so they'll be able to reach a certain type of status that they probably wouldn't have gotten it on their own. A perfect example would be Nick Cannon. She's been able to raise his fame and raise his notability in society after the marriage, and she would go on his show and support him. So that's one perfect example of her Pluto in Virgo. Next up is her North Node in Aries. And with this placement, her mission is to be bold and assertive. She needs to use her energy and courage to inspire change. She has to identify with the warrior within. She has to assert her self-will to overcome challenges. She's going to have to take risks and not be afraid to speak her mind. She's going to not be concerned with what other people think and want and follow the path of her own desire. Then there is no way that she can go wrong because she's following her life. Surround herself with people who support her boldness, and she'll try her best to be a spiritual warrior and try her best to fight throughout her life for her own life and people around her who loves her. So this is her mission with her North Node in Aries. Next up is her Kiron and Aries, and this is one of the hardest Kirons to have. With this placement, she at times may not believe in herself, and she may also want to compare herself to others. And this can be hard because she doesn't feel as though she's valuable, and she doesn't feel like she is worth anything that she's done. At times, she could be hesitant and unsure of herself. And with this energy, her warrior spirit can be defeated. And she may refuse to assert herself because she fears of being rejected. However, with this placement, she should try her best to move forward in loving herself, and regardless if no one loves her, she should know that at least she loves herself. And that's something that she has to remind herself daily, and anyone with this placement. Next up is her rising/ascendant in Cancer. With this placement, she has a familiar aura about herself. She's also very sensitive to her surroundings. She seems like a shy person when she's meeting strangers. She's very caring and sweet and can be withdrawn at times, which causes her to be moody or sensitive. At times, she has a need for structure and security, and without this, it can be really hard for her to function. She loves to have relationships with people that last a long time, and she doesn't like just casual relationships with people. She loves to have relationships that last for a lifetime. She enjoys comfort, and she loves to make sure that she's okay, her family's okay, or anyone who she loves is okay. She's empathetic, very gentle, intuitive, caring, comfortable, and she's protective of the people she loves. Last but not least is her midheaven in Aries. And the top three most successful midheavens are Capricorn, Aries, and Leo. This placement, people who have this placement, they love to come alive when they are thrown in the spotlight. She's the type of person that will be self-employed or has a career where they have control over things and make sure that their best options are available to them. She thrives in careers that call for creative solutions in order to ease their own impulses, and she may often view herself as a path blazer and a fearless leader. And this is something that's great because she's a very hard worker and she represents every last one of those attributes with the midheaven in Aries.